Hannah from Oscha, and I'm going to bring you a front carry tutorial for our Nook Encompass. So this is the Nook Encompass, and it is our baby or newborn all the way till toddlerhood full buckle carrier. So we have got a video all about the features of our full buckle carrier, which we will link to here. So I will give you a quick demo on some of the features, but I will mostly focus on how to use it. The first thing to do when you receive your new Nook carrier is to adjust the width to your baby. So what you're looking for is to bring the panel width in so that it hits knee to knee of your little one. So depending if they're a tiny newborn and they're sitting with a lovely froggy position like this, or perhaps they're a bigger baby and they'll be more like this, you can always make sure to get a perfect knee-to-knee position with our carrier. To adjust the width, you're going to take these handy ties here and bring them together in a double knot. So the more you pull together, the smaller the width will be. So for my 3-month-old baby, I think that should be about right, but you can always just work with a little bit of trial and error until you get it perfect. The panel height of this carrier is adjusted by the position of the waist belt, so I'll get to that bit in a minute or two. The next thing to do for this simple front carry is to thread on your chest clip. So you're threading the chest clip onto the shoulder straps, and these are the padded shoulder straps. So I have got both sides of the chest clip brought on, and I'm going to clip those in place. And again, you'll want to figure out, once you've tried it a few times, you can figure out the perfect height of your chest clip, and these can easily move up and down your strap, which means you can get a perfect tailored fit because there's no anchors holding them in place into specific areas. So I know that I like my ones just here, just above the clips that are hiding under the lovely buckle covers there. And same with the width, just going to pull that width in a little bit, and that way that'll be perfect. And what you're looking for at the end is for the chest clip just to sit in line with your armpit and just about shoulder width apart. Now I'm going to prepare the shoulder straps. So I'm going to take my strap here, you can see coming up from the base of the panel, and I'm going to clip that into the top here so I've got a nice continuous loop on that side, and I'll do the same on the other side. So I'm just pulling the clip down the webbing until I've got about a handful left, and clip that in as well. And there you should have your carrier looking like this. I'm now going to take the carrier facing outwards, so the label here is out, and then I'm going to flip the waistband towards me and bring it to my waist. And I'm going to take that lovely padded and comfortable tongue all the way around and clip into place and tighten. I've got my waistband really nice and high on my waist, and that way I'm going to be able to get the perfect height of the panel for my baby, and it's really easy to adjust whether you bring it up a little bit more or lower it a little bit to get the perfect height. So I'll show you how that works in just a second. I've got baby up onto my shoulder, and I'm going to show you that I'm going to place my baby in front of that panel that's hanging down. So we want their bottom to be sitting here, not up here, down here. So I'm going to slide her down, bring up her knees. If you've got a real baby, the knees should be much easier to hold up because that's their natural position. So I'm going to bring that panel up, and I'm looking for the panel to be just in line with the nape of her neck. So that seems about right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chest clip in both hands and I'm going to go over both of our heads. And this is a really nice simple carry that you can do with a smaller baby. And once I've got that over, I'm not taking my hands off my baby, and then I'm going to take the other hand and go through this side, and then I'll do the same with the other side. So just making sure that nothing's twisted and everything is nice and in line. Now here we can go with the nook, we can either go over the knee or under the knee. But I find when I'm using this cinch, I prefer the padded shoulder strap to go under the knee. When you have a bigger or heavier child, then putting it over the knee just helps with weight distribution, and it's a really lovely feature. But when they're so little, I find it just makes it fit that little bit more snug. So I'm going to go underneath on both sides, and then we're ready to tighten. So I'm not taking my hand off my baby at all until everything is nice and secure. So I'm going to reach round and grab that little bit of webbing that I left before and pull that down in a diagonal motion. So we're pulling it down in a diagonal towards the floor over here rather than back there. If you try to tighten back the way, you're not going to go anywhere. So another tightening tip is always to lift baby up a little bit while you're tightening them, and that just lifts the weight and allows that to glide really nice and smoothly. And another tip is to shrug your shoulder back a little bit whilst you're tightening as well, and take any of that extra slack that you might have up behind you over your back, and then you can tighten off at each side. The Nook Encompass comes with a really handy hood, which is great if you've got a sleeping baby and they need a little bit extra head support, or if you're out in the sun and you're looking for some sunshade. So you just clip it on to each side of the carrier. Got little loops, just snap that in place on each side, and then you can ruche it up so it's the right size. And then it just goes through the loops here on the shoulder strap. We always recommend just to tie one side of the hood at any time so that you can monitor your baby and make sure that you can always see their face. If you're using a Nook with a newborn, you might find that the panel width is just that little bit wide, and that'll be no problem once they grow, but for now, when they're tiny, you might find a little tweak with the hood really helpful. Take your hood and instead of going through the loops here, go right the way around your strap and clip that in place, and then do the same on the other side. That way the width of the panel at the top is just narrowed that little bit more. So that's the Nook Encompass, which is perfect all the way from newborn up until about 2.5 years old. So if you're looking for a super comfy, perfect full buckle carrier to take you all the way through your baby wearing journey, then the Encompass may just be the perfect one for you. If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more tips and tricks and instructional videos, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and we will love to bring you more content along the same lines soon.